Today we raced 11 Globals in City, probably one of the toughest Olympic distance races you can find in the world, and it's definitely one of the hottest as well.
So this is actually where I did my first standard try, so it's actually quite nice to come back every year, some good memories. And I'm actually just come off a rest period, so looking to get back into it now.
The water was fantastic. It's, for me, it's one of the nicest swims in South Africa. You can see your hands when you're into your arms into the water, and the water is very clean, and the water is fantastic temperature. I really enjoy swimming. It's a very fast swim as well normally.
The swim, usually my worst point, but I actually had a pretty decent swim than I usually do. Yeah, nice and flat. The water was very nice and warm, so it was a non-wetsuit swim. Also, which usually doesn't suit me, but today I had a pretty decent swim. Ended up swimming with Corinne Berg. I was very happy with the swim.
Yeah, it's absolutely a fantastic course. I think it's probably the cleanest water I've been in a while. One nice big loop, and I managed to have a good start and find some feet around the first buoy. So I came out in the first pack. Felt very comfortable, been doing a lot of swimming training, and finally it came off today. The first out of the transition was a long run up to the top there where we got to mount. The non-drafting, I think it is a great addition to the sport. I think it's a real true reflection on the actual race, and it probably gives more of an advantage to the cyclists and the runners. And yeah, definitely a fan of the non-drafting.
The biggest aspect I think is a non-drafting bike aspect. The swim isn't that important. There are a lot of Ironmen, long distance guys out here. And even guys who aren't, just the amateur recreational athlete out here. It's a beautiful race out here, beautiful scenery. Yeah, it's a fair triathlon race. It's swim, bike, run, and you can't. There's no drafting, there's no slipstreaming. It's a pure triathlon race. It's mono a mono, and it's what we want.
On the first hill down, I managed to hit a speed bump and lose my bottle. So it was a very, very dry 40Ks. I had no nutrition for that, so it was tough. It was a good experience, I suppose, because it could happen in future races, and it's a good way to actually learn and get your mind right and be able to overcome any difficulties you have during a race.
The course is flat with only 2 climbs every time on the turnaround here at the venue itself. But the cycling is non-drafting, meaning you have to stay 10 meters apart from each other, and if you want to pass, you need to pass by a gap at least of 2 meters. Therefore, most people cycle on their own ability, and you can't really draft in a group.
I left transition second lady behind Lucy. Passed Lucy before the bike mount, and I had a very strong bike. Cycling is my favourite, my strongest, so I just cycled as hard as I could, but put a gap on the other girls, and Lucy, I think she had a bit of a bad day, so she didn't finish. But yeah, I enjoyed the bike, and very, very tough bike. The weather was hard, making everything tough. False flashes on the bike, but a pretty decent bike for me. Yeah, compared to last year there were 500 entrants to the 11 Global. This year just over 700, I think. I think just the love for the sport and word of mouth that this is a brilliant event. Ryan works really hard at putting these events on, and I think every year it gets better and better.
I think the triathlon's growing now because people see it as a goal that can be achieved, a part of their life they've maybe never challenged themselves to see what is my limit. And the triathlon has that right amount of challenge. It's sort of a scary prospect, like, wow, I wonder if I could complete this. And through internet and communication now, we're all realizing that we have to take care of our bodies. And so people want to start to address that side of their life. And I think then once they inquire and they see that the people who do it are just really genuinely good people and they want to help, and it's a good way to have camaraderie, you know, to go on a run together and then grab a coffee afterwards and laugh and talk. So it's a good, healthy way to have friends, and why wouldn't it grow when you put all those ingredients together? It just makes perfect sense.
The course is pretty flat, a little hill back when you come into Sun City, but other than that, a very, very nice course. Obviously very hot, but yeah, no complaints, and I think there's a lot of tired people when you came off the bike.
The bike, it was a very, very hilly run right up to the Lost City. Quite a nice scenic part on the golf course, and altogether a beautiful course to race hard on. Yeah, Travis and I started the run together. He mentioned that he'd lost his bottle on the bike, so I knew, underhandedly, I knew that he'd be struggling on the run, especially on the end stages. So we ran together. I know he's a very fast runner. We ran together for the first 5K, and I sort of pushed the pace a bit. And I knew eventually, with the dehydration, he's going to have to hurt or pop eventually.
I'm afraid of this run course. Normally I run terrible at this run course. This year it went a little bit better. You start off with a short section on the golf course, and then you hit a 1.5K long climb in the head. It's very, very tough. I've never seen hills like this in any other race before, and then you have to run down there. Normally you overstride, so you really do put a lot of strain on your body, especially your lower back. And then you start running 6Ks on the golf course. It is a very, very tough run, and you can't really build rhythm because there's a lot of twists and turns in the road itself. So you have to really be mentally strong to run faster.
The run course, definitely the hardest part of the day. Also, the time of the day we were running, very, very hot. Also a nice steep hill up to the palace, so you're pretty much almost walking there. But a very enjoyable run, in and out of the golf course. I don't think anyone can complain about the run. There were more than enough water points, and yeah, very enjoyable. I think it's a perfect venue. It's a very spectator-friendly venue, and it's safe. It's a lovely, lovely scenery, and I definitely think they put on a good event here every year.
I think 11 Global, yeah, it's definitely growing. I'd love to travel and actually try to do some of the ones around the world. I think in South Africa, the one in Cape Town, I raced in February, absolutely fantastic, great venue, and hopefully that can become as big an event as Sun City. I think the people of Joburg and Gauteng really enjoy coming out to Sun City for the weekend. It's a fantastic venue, great support, great sponsors. It's just really worthwhile in the triathlon calendar. Yeah, I think after not having too much nutrition on the bike, by the time I managed to stay with Michael for about 5Ks, 6Ks, and then after that he managed to just pick up another gear, and I wasn't able to stay with him.
And yeah, eventually he basically, as a gentleman would, he told me, listen, that's it for the day, I must take it. And I went ahead, and from then it was quite a nice run for me, and I took it out, very happy. yes, I heard it was part of the points series for a sort of overall athlete of the year for TSA. I wasn't really going for that, but I'll take it, and obviously I'll look at other races now to see how I stand.